Good morning, year one, and happy Thursday. It's Miss James. I am back today, and I am going to be going through your home learning daily tasks for today. Now, I've really enjoyed looking at your emails and your videos and your pictures over the last few days, so please keep it up. And we haven't got much longer now until we get our final day back in school together, which I'm really looking forward to. So today, just like yesterday and the day before, you will have a maths challenge. We'll also share a story time together, and then you will have a literacy task and a creative task as well. So let's get going then. So for your maths learning today, we are going to be looking at our 2 times tables, which means that we are going to be counting in twos. So to help us warm up our brains and to remember how we count in twos, I have sent out a link for the Dancing Twos song. I've also popped the link in the description box as well. So there's 2 ways that your adult will be able to find this song. But because we practice this a lot in school, I know that some of you have already shown your adult at home how to find this song. So I'm sure you won't have any trouble finding it. So I would like you to practice your Dancing Twos song. There'll be lots of this, lots of our Super Twos dance moves. There'll be lots of boogieing, and I would like your adult to take a video of you so I can see how well you have remembered our counting in twos, okay? Now, yesterday, Miss Evans did some exercising counting in tens, and your videos were fantastic. And we all can't wait to see your Dancing Twos song today, so don't forget to take a video. And then once you've warmed up your brains, I have got some work for us to complete together. Okay. So my first maths challenge of the day is for you to have a little look at the pictures on the screen, and we need to think about how each picture is turned into a number sentence, okay? And remember, when we see a picture in maths, that means it is the pictorial representation. So a picture always means something, and we know that these pictures on the screen are going to mean a number sentence, okay? So let's see if we can do it together. So having a look at the first one here, and I'm going to draw a little box around the first one just to help us so that we know what we are looking at. So here we can see that we have got a grid. Now, in my grid, there are 2 counters. So let's count them. 1, 2, okay? And I know that I'm counting in twos. So I've got 1 lot of 2 because both of my counters are the same colour. So they are a group, they are a lot of, and remember our symbol multiply or times can also mean group or lots of, okay? And we like the word lots of in our sets. That's what we use the most. So I've got 1 lot of 2. And in a number sentence, that is 1 lot of 2 is 2. Well done. So have a think now and see if you can beat me to thinking about the next one. Okay, so we know here in the next square we've got 1 lot of 2 and then it changes colour and we've got 2 lots of 2. Let's see if you got that right in a number sentence. Ready? So 2 lots of 2 equals 4. And let's just check our learning. Let's count them all together now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. So 2 times 2 equals 4. Or 2, lots of 2 equals 4. Now, what I would like you to do is on your whiteboard or on a piece of paper at home, I would like you to solve the rest of my number problems, okay? So looking at the sequence of pictures, you might notice that there is a pattern. So there's something's happening each time you write down the next sum. See if you can solve my problems and see if you can notice my pattern today. So pause the video now if you need to, so you can use the pictures to help you. And then on the next screen, I'm also going to show you the next lot of pictures in our sequence, okay? Here we go. So this is the next sequence of pictures. And this time, when you are counting your lots of, you will be able to see that our lots of get a lot bigger in these sequence. So it's all the way down, okay, because we have got 2 of our frames now, so our numbers can get bigger. Now, don't forget when you are writing your number problems, focus on your number formation and don't forget to use our special symbols. So we've got multiply and we've also got equals. So again, pause the video now so you can have a look at our pictures and you can turn them all into some super number sentences. Remember, it's always going to be lots of 2 or multiplied by 2 because today we are counting in 2s. So lots of little clues there to help you. Okay, so pause if you need to so you can have a look at those pictures. Okay, so then moving on year 1, I have got 2 more maths challenges for you to do today. So I've got some sequences with some missing numbers which I would like you to finish for me. So you are going to use your super counting in 2s brains. You're going to count along and see if you can think about which numbers are missing out of my sequences. Now, I've tried really hard to finish these on myself and I was struggling, so I've left them to see if you can help to complete them for me, and I think that you might be able to do that. If you wanted, you could go even further. Once you get to the end of my sequence, you could carry on counting in 2s and see how far you could get and really blow my socks off today. So let's do number 1 together. So here's number 1 and let's count in 2s. 2, 4, 6. What's my missing number going to be? Shout it out. It's the number 8. Brilliant. Make an S and close the gates to make the number 8. Now, it's quite tricky for Miss James to do it on the computer screen, so I know that your 8 is going to be fantastic. So let's go back and just make sure that it's definitely the right number. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I think we've got that one right. Well done. So you've got some more there to complete. What you could always do is challenge your adult at home or your brother or sister and give them a missing number sequence and see if they can complete your number sequences. Okay. And then lastly, we know that groups of 2 are sometimes called a pair. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a challenge to go on a hunt in your house today and see how many groups of 2 you can find in your house. So I want you to go and have a look at all of the things that come in a pair or that come as a group of 2 and see how many different groups of 2 you can find for me today in your home. And then get an adult to take a picture and then you can send it to me so we can see who has got the most groups of 2 in their house. Now, if you've got lots and lots of sisters, I can imagine you might win today because I'm sure you will find lots of pairs of shoes. A little trick there for you. Okay, so have fun with those maths challenges today. Pause the video if you need to so you can complete those, and then we're going to have a look at our literacy task today and we're going to share a story together. So year one, because I've missed reading stories with you, I thought I'd choose one of our favourites. Now we've read this lots and lots this year and it is one of our class favourites. So I thought that we would use this today as our story to share together. And it is A Squash and a Squeeze and it's by our favourite author, Julia Donaldson. So let's get started. To make sure you're comfortable, make sure that you've got your eyes on the screen, make sure you can hear me. Okay, brilliant. A little old lady lived all by herself with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. There's not enough room in my house. Wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your hen, said the wise old man. Take in my hen? What a curious plan. Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped around the room, knocking over the jug. The little old lady cried, what shall I do? It was poky for one, and it's tiny for two. My nose has a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your goat, said the wise old man. Take in my goat? What a curious plan. Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on an egg, and then sat down to nibble on the table leg. The little old lady cried, glory be, it was tiny for two, and it's titchy for three. The hen pecks the goat, and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your pig, said the wise old man. Take in my pig? What a curious plan. So she took in the pig who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. The little old lady cried, stop, I implore. It was titchy for three and it's teeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees, my house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take in your cow, said the wise old man. Take in my cow? What a curious plan. Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig and then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. The little old lady cried, heavens alive, it was teeny for four and it's weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out, I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze. And she said, wise old man, won't you help me please? My house is a squash and a squeeze. Take them all out, said the wise old man, but then I'll be back where I first began. So she opened the window and out flew the hen. That's better, at least I can sneeze again. She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. My house is beginning to feel pretty big. She huffed and she puffed as she pushed out the cow. Just look at my house, it's enormous now. Thank you, old man, for the work you have done. It was weeny for 5, but it's gigantic for 1. There's no need to grumble and there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house. And now she's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddle-de-dees. It isn't a squash or a squeeze. The end. What a beautiful story. I hope you enjoyed that, Year 1. I really enjoyed reading that with you today. And I thought for our literacy task today, we could have a go at drawing our very own animal tea party and invite some of our favourite animals that we would enjoy sharing tea with. Now, just like the lady in our story, I'm not quite sure that we'd want a house full of animals all the time. But for our activity for today, I would like you to choose your 5 favourite animals who you would invite to your house for your tea. Now, you could draw a picture of these animals just like I have here, or you could simply write a description of them. It is up to you, but I know that you all love drawing, so I think that it would be really nice to see you draw your tea party first and then have a go at answering my questions. And I've got 2 questions for you today. Who will come to your tea party? And can you describe your animals? So I would like you to think of some descriptive words. So remember, when we describe something, it might be what they look like, okay? It might be what they are wearing, it might be the colour of their hair. It could also tell me something about them. So I've chosen 2 of my animals today to describe to you. So the first one is a giraffe. Now, I've written here, a chatty giraffe who tells funny stories. Okay, so that's Miss James's favourite, one of my favourite animals, a giraffe. And my giraffe would come to my tea party because it would tell me funny stories. Now, I've also chosen a big blue fish who eats all the cake. So I would like you to have a go. And that means that there should be 5 descriptions today for your 5 animals. So maybe you could even tell me each of their names. So have a go at writing them down and writing a description. And that is your literacy task for today. If you are in Miss Evans' literacy set and if you are feeling super smart today, you could have a go at writing me a short story about what might happen at your tea party. Maybe the fish stood on the giraffe's head whilst eating a cake and they all fell over because they were laughing so much. Maybe you could think of a funny story about the animals at your tea party today. Okay, so again, pause the screen if you need to, so you can have a look at your tasks for today for literacy. And then lastly, we will move on to our art and craft for today. So, as we have been in lockdown or have had a bubble closure quite a few times over the past year, I know that everybody has got pasta in their house because we've used it for maths, we've used it for counting, we've used it for making patterns in maths, we've used it for sharing in maths and multiplying in maths. So I know that everybody's got some dried pasta. And I thought what might be quite nice today is to see how imaginative we can be with our pasta and use it to create some art. So I've put some examples on the screen for you. It might be that you have got some paints at home, so you could paint your pasta and create me a piece of artwork using your painted pasta. It might be that you have some different shapes and you could create some patterns, or you could create a mosaic like this example here. So this one is a pattern. So it might be that you create a pattern with your pasta art. It might be that you use your art to create your favourite flower, and we've done lots of work on flowers, so I know that you all have got lots of different type flowers that you could use pasta to make. So this is all about using your imagination today, and I can't wait to see what you create using some dried pasta at home. Now, I know that we are all very creative in year one, so I'm sure that there will be lots and lots of different ideas and different pieces of artwork being sent to our email address at the end of the day. So have a lovely day with all of your activities. It's not long now until we're back and we have one final day at schools together, and I can't wait for that. So don't forget, it's year1@sandonprimary.org.uk if you want to send us some of your work. That would be great. It's really nice to see what you get up to. So have a fantastic day, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.